I came to Kirsty and Greg and I begged them. I said, hey, I have this amazing company. It's called Fat Merchant. And Kirsty's like, what's it called? I'm like, Fat Merchant, fast, affordable transaction technology. She's like, but you have no technology. You resell everyone else's technology. I'm like, that's why I'm here. Let me into Starter Studio. So we definitely had our battles in the beginning of getting here. And we did end up acquiring Jacques and Daniel, which was the greatest thing that's ever happened to us. So I'm going to start off this. My name is Sunera Madani, and I'm CEO and founder of Fat Merchant.
Sal Ramatula, co-founder as well as the COO.
And I'm Daniel Walker. I'm the only person in the entire office that likes cats. So that's right, I was partnered with Jacques under a different startup. Well, he dragged me into this mess, and we started working on some software. Also, in my free time, I help Cole check his email and download email attachments. I fix the printer, and when appropriate, I unplug the internet router.
I told you, we have a tech team.
All right, without further ado, Fat Merchant. So my background has really been in payments over the last 4 years. I've worked in merchant services for quite some time. And I don't know if you knew, but there are 28 million businesses in the United States alone, with over 500,000 new businesses established each and every single month. Well, these businesses spend over $150,000 annually on payment processing. But what they don't know is that they're paying over $1.7 billion in excess overages and fees. And that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to get them their money back. America? So currently, you must first understand why they're leaving $1.7 billion on the table. There's 3 components of a merchant bill. The first component is the direct cost for processing, which is known as interchange. Interchange is the same cost that Visa, MasterCard, Discover, and American Express set across the board for every merchant provider. Whether it's Fat Merchant, whether it's Square, whether it's Chase Payment Tech, or whether it's Bank of America, we all get the same access as a payments provider for direct cost. But all the other payment providers charge a variable percentage markup on each and every transaction and on their entire volume. Plus, they're locked into these ridiculous contracts that auto-renew every 2 years. And they pay a bunch of ancillary fees, statement fees, PCI compliance fees, batch fees, you name it, we've seen it at Fat Merchant. And so after being in the payments industry for so long and seeing all of this, I went to my old bosses and I said, why don't we just eliminate this markup that in the middle? Why don't we eliminate all the handcuffs and the barriers and all these ancillary fees and charge them a monthly subscription? Because I loved my Birchbox model. I love getting my Birchbox every single month, or my BarkBox or my Winebox, and paying a flat monthly membership fee.
She loves the wine box.
I do. And so by going direct to Visa, MasterCard, we eliminated the markup and the ancillary fees, and that is where Fat Merchant was born. It's a subscription-based payment processor that offers unlimited credit card processing to businesses all around the nation for a flat monthly subscription. We have plans that range from $29 a month to $99 a month, and they each include various different software. So I partnered with Vantiv, who is our sponsor bank and our back-end provider, to get to Visa, MasterCard. And they actually provided us all the tools to help sell merchant services. Think of us like AT&T for merchant services. We don't, like AT&T, we don't own the phones and we don't own the towers, but you need AT&T to get your phone service. That is exactly how merchant services works. And so Vantiv is our back-end provider, and we are selling from $29 to $99, all various different types of tools to help any business really get the best deal in payment processing, as well as technology, from mobile card processing to online e-commerce, as well as point of sale for the new EMV chip technology that's coming out in October. But what I found after attaining over 200 customers in about 4 months was that 50% of our customers were utilizing a virtual terminal. And that's when I came to Starter Studio, because all the other virtual terminals that we found were really shitty. And then Kirsty said, well, you can't build a business just on price.
I apologize. We went last. We've been at the bar for a while.
Well, okay. So we can't build a business just on price. We have to leverage technology to grow and build our business, as well as make our merchants feel sticky so they never leave us. We want to build a business on service as well, but it's really about that unique experience of coming to Fat Merchant. That's when I came to Starter Studio and I met Daniel and Jacques. And Daniel's going to tell you about the most amazing payment portal in the entire world.
Wow. Here's the computer. All right, here's our virtual terminal. This is the dashboard. We wanted to remove all the friction from the UI so that merchants can see what really matters, the health of a business. Here's a little zoomy circle showing stuff. Okay, the search bar. You can search for whatever you want. Clients, transactions, anything else. You should probably use Google. No, it's fine. For this part, making a transaction, we use Authorize.net to accept credit cards and ACH, which is electronic checks. We are the only one who have that tiny little checkbox there for pre-auths. None of the other crappy ones have that. Here's the pig. Hi.
His name's
Benji. And then you can send the receipt. All of our software that we're going to develop is responsive. It works in every device. Here's the developer documentation that we're working on. We have an API that can allow businesses to share data with us, like Auto Retainer and Fitbot, and if he wants to, and other things like that. To close, I got one more important comment that this is a complex industry. It's riddled with overcomplicated software. The example is the virtual terminals that many of our customers currently use. So by having a simple user interface, removing that friction, and by having a fully functional developer API that allows business-to-business data sharing, we can appeal not only to the brick-and-mortar businesses, but to large web corporations. This is why we are leveraged to gain the share that is missed, the market share that is missed by so many other solutions right now. And also, we have a lot of fun. And the best part, in my opinion, besides the price, is if you are one of our customers, or if you're not, or whoever you are, anytime you call, one of us people is going to pick up the phone. And we don't even have the crazy voicemail system that's like push, buttons. So that's all I want to say. Thanks.
First of all, Daniel's being modest, because Daniel and Jacques are the ones that have been focused really the last 3 months in building out some of the key differentiators you see, and some of the things that he highlighted that you saw in the demo actually are different amongst the marketplace, and things such as pre-authorization, photo capture, and some of the technology pieces that we're happy to dive into a little bit more in detail, really differentiate us from what's really in the marketplace today. And as Sunir alluded to, 50% of our marketplace, at least today within our current clients, utilize our virtual terminal. And our goal is to really provide something that allows us to stay within those organizations, allow analytics, allow business drive, really provide decision making of what's needed within the marketplace. And that's our long-term vision, is to grow that membership base and really be, part of what we call the Fat family.
So what have we done today? We have over 200 plus customers and national recognition, from Forbes to Fast Company, from Orlando Business Journal to Orlando Sentinel. We are Orlando's baby, as we like to call it in our Fat family. Fast Company actually did a profile on Fat Merchant and ranked Fat Merchant as a top 10 business lesson learned in 2014, right under Netflix and Spotify. So it's really exciting with some key partners that we're growing, and we're growing at about 25% month over month.
Yeah, no, so I think, Jerry Maguire's words, show me the money. I think that's what most people care about, at least from an investor standpoint. And I didn't know about your new friend, Greg. I wish I knew about that before we started fundraising, but thank you. But yeah, so currently we're doing about 21,000 monthly recurring revenue. We have 200 plus customers, 87% margins, less than $300 for cost of acquisition for lifetime value of folks that are over 2,800. Our goal is to be at $1 million run rate by the end of this December, which we're superseding even to date. And other things that you don't even see on the slide is just internal growth. I think for Starter Studio being in Orlando, helping us grow, every single person in our office is a Florida graduate. When I say Florida, some university, whether it's Rollins, University of Florida, University of Central Florida. Our growth for about 18 headcount by the end of the year, the whole goal is within the Florida state.
Which we just made 4 full-time hires on Friday, so we'll be a team of 14 come May 18. All Florida.
But yeah, I mean, today, as mentioned, where we are, we're currently in the midst of closing our $500,000 round at a $3 million valuation, really focused on the areas that we talked about, building out the technology piece, focus on sales and marketing, and continuously define a scalable product and continuing to grow. I mean, as we say at Fat Merchant.
From our customers to our investors, our bottom line is
To make your bottom line much bigger.
Thank you, guys.